What is up, everybody? It's your receiver here today, and we're gonna talk about Sony censoring the PlayStation version of the game Martha is Dead. So this is the team behind this game, Wire Productions, and they made a statement about the PlayStation update for this game. I'm gonna try to skim through a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna read the entire thing, but you get the gist of it. So they're making a horror game. There's a lot of uncomfortable scenes in this game, which I guess people are get queasy over. But I'm going to read the second part. It says, "It is what I regret that we have to modify the experience on the PS5 and PS4 versions, with some elements no longer playable after over 4 years of passion and hard work." So they got to pretty much censor certain parts of the PS4 version. And he's saying when you buy the game, you still get like a double-sided poster, tarot cards, and a digital EP. Okay, so far, this is only going to be for the PlayStation version. From what I'm getting from this, with the Xbox version and the PC version be just fine. So if you want to see the uncensored version, buy those ones. But yeah, this has caused a lot of controversies because, why is Sony censoring games made for adults? It's kind of weird. It's like, why are they telling adults what they can and what they can't see? But people were defending this. Like, this guy was defending this right here. He said, "This is the scene for everyone complaining. Watch this and tell me you would be fine playing it yourself." So I actually watched this scene, what this was referring to. Apparently it's like a scene where you're cutting somebody's face is getting cut off. So man, it's a horror game. I mean, I don't know. I mean, don't they have that same type of thing happening in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre? People's faces are getting cut off. So man, I don't know. It's just it seems kind of crazy for Sony just to say, "Hey, you're an adult, but we need to censor what you're looking at." So that's kind of crazy to me. Like I said, that just gives you an audience for Xbox and PC. If you want to get the uncensored version, buy the Xbox and PC version. Speak with your wallet at that point. I don't care about this game regardless. I'm not going to play this game, to be honest. I'm not going to play this game. But it is kind of interesting that Sony is going a step beyond just to censor this game for their audience. This guy says, "I don't need PlayStation to censor games for me. Ratings are there for a reason. I shouldn't have to go to another platform to get the uncensored version." And this is not the first time they did this either. Like, I did another video on this channel too about how they censored that Doki Doki game, something like that. It's like a Japanese indie style game, like a novel game. They censored that. They censored the PlayStation version of that game. Wow, if you bought it on PC or the Nintendo Switch, even the Nintendo Switch, it was uncensored. So that's kind of crazy. They started censoring these PlayStation games like this. LOL, PlayStation fans better stick with their Sony template PG-13 walking games. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense how The Last of Us 2 is super gory. It's a lot of deaths and murder in this game, but it's certain games they do censor. Doesn't make any sense to me. Do not buy the PlayStation version. Never heard of this game. I won't support this game until it reaches a creator's true vision. Sony at PlayStation, you should feel ashamed. Then buy the Xbox or the PC version. Nice job, PlayStation. Bunch of capital clowns. I'm not playing, and my wallet is now censored from spending money on this. Okay. PlayStation censoring third-party developers but allow their first party to do whatever they want. Who would have guessed? Any chance we can get some more details about what was censored, as someone with both a PlayStation and PC, as well as severely triggered by certain topics? I feel like there's a little more info will help me and others make an informed decision about which version to look into. Another thing too, it's kind of funny how Mortal Kombat gets. How does that get the go pass from being escaped from being from Sony censoring it? Because that's one of the most goriest games I've ever seen. The Mortal Kombat, especially the recent Mortal Kombat games, but I don't know. They're very selective about which games are censored. It just makes no sense because Mortal Kombat, you would think that'd definitely be censored with the amount of gore in that game, but that got stepped through the cracks apparently. Let's see. You made the wrong decision. Censoring a game is never the right solution. Let players judge these works for themselves and respect the creative freedom of PlayStation creators. If others don't censor, there's no reason for you to. Since when did Sony start censoring games on their systems? Very strange. They've been doing it for years. They censored the most recent Devil May Cry 2. I didn't know that either. They censored Devil May Cry. I know there's a few games they censored, but I didn't know they censored that one too. Wow. Remember, kids, play has no limits. Games content needs to be left alone. Let the ESRB, PEGI rate it, and then the publishers, developers sell their games to appropriate audiences. Stay the bloody hell out of the content, Sony. Cheers to Microsoft for letting their audience choose what is appropriate themselves. Very sorry to hear this. Terrible move at Sony and PlayStation. Censorship is evil. Don't take PlayStation down this path. Creativity is endless. Don't put limitations on talent that wants to support your platform. Is it because Xbox and PC are for real grown-ups? Good job, Sony. Way to screw over your customers and compromise the developer's vision. This is a bit of an overreaction, don't you think? I mean, it kind of isn't. They kind of are censoring the people want to put out there. So, I mean, and this is the thing too. It's a horror game made for adults. I mean, it's like, how many horror movies is there out there? Like, really, it's like the same thing you was like in one of these gruesome horror movies. And like I said, the stuff in like Mortal Kombat is way worse. So, I mean, I just don't get it. I don't know why Sony censors one and not others. I never understood their philosophy. PlayStation equals zero creative freedom, RP Bungie. I can't believe it. I have been looking forward to this game for the longest time, and PlayStation consoles are the only platforms getting the physical versions. Wait, is that true? Oh, let me see. I thought they all were getting physical versions. Let me check that real quick. Let me see. Skim through this real quick again. But the physical release will be delayed to a yet to be release date. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. A PC and Xbox version. Yeah, so it doesn't really say exactly if the other versions are getting physical copies or not. Well, PC probably not going to get physical, but Xbox is probably going to get a physical. Well, I'm not really sure about that, but continuing on. Well, sadly, I would no longer be buying this game. I was very looking forward to it, but would now support the censored version. Very disappointing. There we go again with PlayStation censoring games. Well, that sucks. So sorry for you guys. Hope this game still makes huge numbers for you all. So Xbox and PC are the best versions. If there is one thing that should be limitless in this world, that is art. This is another terrible move from PlayStation and shows that their heavy hand in censoring creators where other platforms aren't hasn't lived at all. Just been a bit more hidden. Sorry that the team has to change their vision on PlayStation, but glad other platforms are letting it be. They seem to be constricted with their censorship. A PlayStation F off. Oh man, these people are not happy about this game being censored. Weird because The Last of Us 2 exists. That is disappointing, absolutely dreadful. Sony is going all sad, so people are not happy with this news. They're probably gonna buy other systems, other versions, the PC or the Xbox version, which it might be the right move if you don't want to get your game censored. So. Horror game censoring itself for being scary. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Especially because it's adults buying this game too. It's made for adults. So it's kind of like, why are you censoring stuff that's made for actual adults? It's kind of weird at that point. Y'all thought I was crazy when I told you flares were just the beginning. Sony has lost their goddamn minds. Okay. I'm a PlayStation player and I cannot understand the censorship policy. It's absurd. Peggy exists for a reason. Hope they replace something with bunnies. I don't know what this is a reference to. And I was so ready for my copy of the PS5 to ship. Oh well, a little while never hurt anyone. Come on, PlayStation, don't decide for us what we can see or not see. As long as it's something illegal, as long as it's something not illegal, let the creators create what they want. Glad I am not buying. Time to switch to Nintendo and Xbox for anime games in the future, especially with fan service elements, will be in danger to that, unlike back in the PS3 era where it was almost non-existent. Now Nintendo Switch welcomes it. Okay. PlayStation, I will be purchasing Martha is Dead on my Xbox. Abby getting pounded in an explicit sex scene in a game filled with realistic gore equals acceptable. A dedicated horror game equals whoa there, think of the children. Why did you say that name? I know what that's a reference to. Sony, what are you doing? Number one selling PlayStation games to his Twitter. Where can I buy the Xbox version? Seriously, at PlayStation, why? PC it is then. Yeah, so people are not rocking with the PlayStation version of this game. Why did you say that name? Yeah, so I'm gonna conclude it right here. It's like once again, I don't know why they're censoring it. This is definitely big news right now. It's like a few games they just want to censor on PlayStation's platform for whatever reason. And it's kind of weird. Like I said before, like a certain games that's on PlayStation first party that's very gory, like The Last of Us Part Two, like people mentioned. Mortal Kombat is a very gory game, which wasn't censored on PlayStation, but it's like certain random games are just censored for out the just randomly. So yeah, so that is this for this game. If you want to buy the uncensored versions, buy the PC or Xbox version. Other than that, the PS5 version and PS4 version is going to be censored. Certain things are going to be censored. So I'm going to give you guys a quick update on that. And definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.